I cannot make this stuff up, man.
I just went us live, so
You went live? You already went live? Really? What is wrong with you? Well, welcome to the chat, everyone. Since she blew it all up, messing with me, as always. Welcome to another Sunday night of shenanigans. I've managed to have this fan fall over twice now and explode stuff everywhere. I've never seen a fan self-disintegrate itself, but this wind machine has done so. I mean, it was bad. And
it's been blowing chunks again.
yeah, I mean, one hit me in my face, hit the tank. I'm like, excellent, great. And that's right when I'm ready to go live. So, yeah. So as you guys probably have already figured out, Danny is back. Still coughing, but she's here. She told me to make sure I don't make her cough or laugh too much because she's afraid she'll cough. But let me go through our hellos. Carol Cox, welcome to the chat. Rick Silva, always good to see you, my friend. Fish on Tactics, good to see you. Mystery Snails, Guardians, what's going on? Rockin' Fish in the house. Scott's Aquatics, welcome. Thanks for the send over, Mr. Kaler. New Local Austin, welcome. Natural Aquariums, rocking in. It was natural. It was fun doing the fantasy football with you boys today. New Local Austin, welcome to the chat. Liquid Zoo, welcome. Ray's Aquatics, welcome. Patty, Petite Tanks says she's lurking, but here, Patty, hope all is well with you. Miss Q Aquatics, how are you? Good to see you. Lumpy Dog, welcome to your Fish Kid 61, welcome. Skippers Aquatics, Maria Z. Triple J Aquatics, welcome Jacob. Ed's Pick 'em Up Cichlets, welcome. Oh, it skipped on me, Danny. Oh, here we go. I got it again. Michelle Kinsley, welcome. Miss Bunny Viper, good to see you. Michael Long, good to see you. Jen Yu, always good. Byron, what's going on, man? Only Oscars, I love that name. You know I love that name, Danny. Kevin's, Canines and Aquatics, welcome. Michelle Kinsley, thank you for the $2 super sticker.
She says, well, I found my way.
Skulls and a doo-doo. S, what's going on, buddy? Catfish Nation in the house. Good to see you, Catfish. And I think I'm at the bottom. Am I? Fishymon 64, welcome. Garcia Aquatics, welcome. We are doing great Sunday night. Lost an extra day off. We've got a couple of fellas at work out ill now. So my boss called me and says, my Tuesday is no more. So my 3-day weekend that I've been looking forward to has now been cut to a normal weekend, which I don't usually get that either. So I'm not going to complain. I still get 2 days off in a row with Danny. So I'm happy about that. Eric Wyrock, welcome. Vanowski Tanks, welcome. Dee Dee's Fish Den, good to see you. Geek Boy, good to see you. Always good to see Maria Z. How are you, Maria? Yeah. So, Danny, how was your vacation off of Daniken?
Well, I was ill, so it wasn't that great. But, next week's my real vacation, so, So still in her gave us a $5 super chat. Says, "What's up, Daniken and friends? I'll be water changing and listen. Sorry if I don't respond, y'all."
Thanks, Sarah. Still in you. Appreciate you. Well, welcome to the chat, Mr. Chattanooga Head.
By the way, I don't think Ken properly thanked you enough for me. The hair pick idea for getting duckweed out of your tank without pulling out all your little baby shrimps and all your little baby guppies. This is a wonder tool, and I just want to say thank you again for the idea at Chattanooga Ed, because this is the bomb.
Well, there you go, Ed. I guess you are on Danny's A list now. Degenerate Fish Keeper, welcome.
Yes.
And if you just are coming in, I did post up near the top of the chat. I thought my mods can copy and link it again. At 9 a.m. tomorrow morning Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, episode 5 of The Fish Heads will premiere. It's going to be blessed. Scott and I shot it Friday night. We had a ball doing it. Danny kept coming out because she was curious what I was up to because I was hooting and hollering, having a good time. So 3G, welcome to the chat. So if y'all aren't doing nothing tomorrow, check it out. Buy 5 more. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate the $5 super chat.
I do. I need to buy some more. Some for upstairs, some for downstairs. So that's good. The tank that's sitting right next to Ken's elbow, not the one that you can see behind him, but the one off to the side. That one has so much duckweed in it.
I don't know what she's talking about. This is Katie E's successful plants. There you have it. Y'all don't think I have a green thumb? Look at that. Look at that growth I've caused here, man.
Duckweed. Do you see that? It's like an inch thick of duckweed.
And she wonders why I get duckweed over everything.
He contaminates. So Kevin's Canines and Aquatics wants to know, how do you have your mud skipper tank set up? I just got one at my first San Francisco Aquarium Society from Zenzo, aka Tazawa Tanks.
Well, like I think we already went over, Kev, but you want to basically have it. What I did is put one side full of sand, and you want to put some kind of rocks here. What I used is a masonry brick. I put 2 of those high, and then I let the sand do its thing. Then once the sand had settled, I moved it over an inch or so, and I put a little runoff here so the little dudes can climb up and go as much as they want. And then I also put a couple pieces of shale right there to hold the water and sand from falling too much, but it still gives those guys a chance to climb over. And then the other side, I keep the water about what is it, Danny? Probably about a foot deep, maybe at most.
Yeah.
And then you want to make sure, mine are brackish water. You'll want to find out who you got them from, Kevin, if yours are brackish or if he's converted them to full fresh. But I keep mine in the brackish water, and they seem to do well with that.
I think Zenzo keeps his in brackish water, if I recall correctly.
So as I told you earlier as well, so if you're going to keep it brackish, the plant that I'd recommend is the red mangroves or any kind of mangrove. The only problem with those, I think you said you're putting them in a 40 breeder, is I could tell you the mangroves are going to outgrow your tank very, very quickly.
Thank you, P2003. Yes. Or Stephen P2003. I am back. I'm still coughing some, but, it's better than it was. So.
Welcome to the chat, Sunfish Assassin, and then Mike's Aquatics and Things. And then, of course, Stephen, who you just spoke to. Welcome to the chat, sir.
T-Bones.
Uh-oh. Dun, 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 dun. We've got a fish question. Yes! Suggestions on finding out what kind of cichlids I now own. We got our first Oscar and a bunch more cichlids off of Craigslist. Only know what a few are. Okay, tell you what. If you would, after the stream, if you want to email me at where is it?
I don't know.
There it is. You can email us at danikin.aquatics@gmail.com. Also, while I have this up, if you're new to my channel and would like some of our stickers, just email us your address along with your name, of course, and we will get those mailed off to you. And those, we don't care where in the world you are. We've mailed to Australia, we've mailed to Singapore, we've mailed to Canada, England, so we don't care. We'll pay the postage and get you off some stickers.
Hello, Dave Farrell.
What's going on, Dave?
Did you say hi to Sunfish Assassin?
Yep, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
So Sunfish Assassin has a fish question.
What? 2 in one night?
Says, so why do North American fish keepers not keep more North American fish?
Well, there are a few of us out there to do. I used to, but we are just not tank space friendly right now. So I haven't kept. The only thing I've got close, I've got a dollar sunfish downstairs, along with some gymnogeophagus, but that's about as close to native that I've got right now. But if you want to see that kind of content, if one of my mods would be gracious enough to drop Maple Street Aquatics link to his channel, that's all he keeps in his house. I take that back. He's got some stuff upstairs that's not exactly, but his whole lower level, to the most part, is all native fish, and 90% of them are fish that he's actually caught himself and brought home. So it's really, really cool. So that's who I would recommend. But I did keep them for a lot of years. We have some amazing species here. But another thing that you have to understand, that a lot of our states' laws prohibit us from keeping the natives.
So Larry D's Tanks and More, thank you for the wishes on getting me better. And Rico Stan, thank you. He says, "Woot, so happy to see you both back where you belong." And so at Danik, we have another fish question. Why didn't it? Oh, there we go.
So it says, go ahead.
Tips on breeding dumble-eared plakat bettas and housing them. Also, what do you think about a divided 65-liter with 3 compartments with 2 males and a female? I think that's a great idea, as long as you have like the males on either side and then the female in the middle. That'd be great.
And then as far as breeding, bettas are not, I mean, Danny and I love them, don't get me wrong. We probably got 4 or 5 in the house, but breeding them is something that we have never gotten into. So what I would recommend is Big City Bettas. Mm-hmm. Amber, it's one person. Jess with Mane, Tails, Furs, and Fins has bred them. And then also another person that has gorgeous bettas as well is George at Aqua Balls. And I'm sure my mods can get you guys those links down as well. But all 3 of those people I've seen that have done quite well with breeding them. So I would definitely check any of those 3 channels out, and you might get some information on that.
Yeah, those sound like a pretty fish to breed, though.
Good day there, T-Bone. How's it going, brother?
Daniel Velez, hello. And Mylene, hello, Mylene Meningat. So, yeah, it's been kind of a quiet fish week for us, other than we lost poor P.
Yeah, and then the eggs didn't take too well, so I don't know if one or the other. Well, obviously the female wasn't lazy, so I'm wondering if the Oscar wasn't.
The male?
The male, yes. But anyway, I'm going to hold off and then I'll put the shale back in there.
Yeah.
And if they continue to want to do this, and we have a 75 and a 125 available, if they can pull out and maybe get them going in that, and then because they do the Oscars I have had breed in the past do a good job with the parenting. So RB Animals and Rescue, thank you for the $2 super sticker. He says, hi, Kenny and Danny. And then Michelle Kinsley just super chatted us again and says, thanks for being awesome.
Kiss.
Oh, 1 for Kenny.
Kiss. Uh-huh. Atkins Nature Cushion. P heart. I know.
Yeah.
That was a bad day. That was a bad day.
I mean, I'll be the first to tell you, this old Marine had a few tears over that one.
Yeah.
That one broke my heart. Because, I mean, she literally would meet me in the back of this tank every night, let me pet her, and she'd come up and eat pellets right out of my hand. So, I mean, I miss her every time I feed these fish. So,
Carol Braswell, thank you for the $5 super chat. Wishing you guys a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Thank you.
Same to you, Carol. Laura Sutton, welcome. My Fish Takes and Aquatics, welcome. There's my gal, Mr. Fish Gal in the house. What's going on, Lori?
That's interesting. Fish Kid 61 at Daniquin Aquatics. I'm going to go make a video on feeding wild eels and seeing what their water quality is. If it was you watching, what would you want to see in the video? Lots of shots of those eels.
Just don't do one on the shot where your elbows engulfed by it, because it stings taking them off. I would recommend not doing that.
Yeah, what kind of eels? Hopefully not electric eels. That could be.
No, he said what kind of eels, didn't he?
No, he said he was going to go film feeding wild eels.
Oh, yeah, and he's in Australia, so it could be anything, huh? Could be.
I don't know.
Mains, tails, spurs, and fins. Jess, welcome. M&C Aquatics, welcome.
Chattanooga Ed says, I hate Kenny's Oscars now.
Yeah. Believe me, going back to my Norwegian ways for those two did come across my mind.
Whatever. He's so full of it. He would never intentionally hurt one of his Oscars. Jeez.
The one thing I will say, I mean, anybody that keeps Oscars knows that, I mean, you're on a thin line at all times because there's no guessing when that switch is going to click on. P had been with both of those Oscars for what, Danielle, a year or so? Except for the Goldilocks there. She came later, but. So, I mean, it wasn't like they had never met. They all knew each other. And I can't 100% put it on. It could have been anybody in this tape. Could have probably did what happened to her.
So Kid 61 says that there are, he's in New Zealand, and they'll either be longfin or shortfin eels. So that's cool.
That will be cool.
And somebody, Dee Dee's Fin Den says, Stephen P. 2003, congrats on your newest song with Kelly Foreman. Love it. Nice. Everybody should go watch that.
Oh, yes, T-Bar. Matter of fact, Chattanooga and all of us, Fish Dam, had our 2 fantasy drafts today. We had 2 leagues going on. Last year, Ed and I did 1, and this year we got 2. So I'm guessing next year will be 3, so we're going to probably have to put away a whole Sunday Ed next year. If every year we're going to gain another league, I mean, that's pretty cool, actually. And, of course, Ed stacked the deck, and I got a lousy picks. But other than that, it was great. I'm teasing, Ed. Yep. Poor Jimmy P. He wasn't able to be at the live draft, so he didn't get, I think, almost all of his. Speaking of those, John says if we don't get the 3 up this week, those need to go into the 240.
Okay. Somebody was telling me the other day, I don't believe those fish are real. They just sit. And so I did this, and they all started chasing my finger. And he was like, oh, they do move.
You know what cracks me up, too, about those fish? Okay, when you're doing the Daniquin final video, #1 video, can't get any of them to have a stripe showing. Now look at them.
Well, no, they're doing kind of what they did that same night. Yeah.
So I had a blast on Friday. I mean, it was an absolute blast to have Scott back out doing videos again, man. We had a ball on this episode. Now, the one thing I will say, if you guys watch it, if you see something during the segment that you have a question on or would like us to talk about further, drop a comment in there. And Scott and I are attempting to go through all the questions and comments on each episode. And in the next episode, we're planning on answering most of those. So feel free to drop any questions you might have because we will answer them.
So Natural Aquarium says, love to have you folks stop by my stream this Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 Pacific.
Who was that?
And he Natural Aquariums, Ryan with Natural Aquariums, and this week his guest is be Kevin's Canines and Aquatics.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Peplin. Comes in with this 420 super chat saying Jets, Jets, Jets.
Jets.
Well, you got a brand new quarterback, buddy. Half of the offensive line's renewed, and you got some weapons. You might have a shot this year. Finally, Mr. Pep. I wish you the best, my friend. Mary Beth, welcome to the chat.
So Byron says, "Hey Kenny, not everybody can perform when the camera starts rolling."
Sharon Miller, absolutely. We still have our mud skippers. They made the top 10 of the Daniken 100 fish.
Yes.
So, but yes, we still have them, love them.
Yeah, we need to do some more update videos now.
Yeah, we'll start doing them. We took a little break as soon as we got done with the last one of those. We're like, yes!
100 in a row, or pretty much in a row. We went almost 100 days straight with those top 100 videos. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, I'm anxiously awaiting to see if Foxy Fishes can get Peplin Creek Aquatics onto a stream on a regular basis. That's what that is the question of the day. Will she get him over? Because the reason I asked Pep, when I first started doing this YouTube, Danny says, "There's no way I'm going to be doing that with you." Look where she's sitting, dude. Right next to me.
Well, because it's not as scary as I thought it would be. So I was really a chicken.
The only person I can tell you got, Jimmy, for sure is McCaffrey. So you got a good running back. I didn't pay attention much after that.
Thank you, Mad Cat. Mad Cat says, "I heart Danny kiss."
What's going on, Mad Cat? Yeah.
So Carol Braswell sells at Chicago Aquashella. My hubby fell in love with the mud skipper.
I don't blame him, Carol. I'm telling you guys, if you've got space, like I said, I'd recommend a minimum, if you're going to especially keep African mud skippers, a minimum of at least 120 tall tank. And the reason I say tall is because you're going to be escaping half of it. These guys can jump, man. I mean, they can jump. So that would bring me to the next point. Make sure you have good, tight lids on them. But they are an amazing fish, quite little characters. They'll come up and interact with you. And something is to hoot. Drop about 20 crickets in there and watch the show. I do have a video on that out there, too. I mean, they're hilarious. Oh. It comes in a $4.21 super chat. It says, "Boo, Jets, boo. Who cares? It's the Jets." Pep, I don't know what's wrong with him, man. Oh, thank you much. That's got to be a first. I've never seen people go banter back and forth with super chats. That's awesome, actually. Carrie Science Gal, what is going on? I finally got to pop into her stream.
Jimmy P's Aquarium. What city did the Jets play?
Man, I can't believe they're doing you like that, Pep. Hey, I got to give Pep credit, man. He is a Jets fan in the middle of Wisconsin, all right? I know he gets hazed quite often in that state.
And thank you, Ed, for that super chat. I appreciate it. Rockin' Fish. Did you say Benny and the Jets by Elton John? You know, I used to have a babysitter that would come over and she would play my dad's 8-track tapes. And he had Benny and the Jets by Elton John in one of his 8 tracks. And one time she comes over and she goes, "What happened to the Elton John 8-track with Benny and the Jets on it?" And I said, "Oh, the machine ate that." She goes, that's the only reason I said yes to coming and babysitting you. That wasn't very nice.
Face of Genetics, what's going on, buddy?
And Jimmy Peace, what sports did the Jets play? Man, Mike's Aquatics and things about as well as the Vikings, Ed.
Oh, man. Man, I don't know, Mike. That's almost time-outable material right there. I've got the power.
That's
hey.
Don't you dare. Rockin' Fish said, cool, I had an 8-track by Joan Jett. See, now I didn't have 8 tracks when Joan Jett came out. By then we were doing
cassettes.
The cassette tapes, yeah. Or you could buy them on records too. I still was getting records at that point.
Now, once they came out with cassette, man, that's all I had. Then I had that big oversized boom box that you carried around on your arm. Thought you were cool back in the day. That was a Walkman to us back then. Just like
that was a Walkman. It was like 50 pounds. But
speakers like this. You're rocking like 8 city blocks. You're pissing all the old neighbors off. I
have to tell you though, Ken was hot carrying that boom box because he was like in the Marine Corps and he was totally ripped when he was doing it.
I'm not ripped so much anymore. 50's played heck on a body, I tell you.
You look fabulous, Ken. Stop it. Hi, Foxy Fishies. How are you doing? Ken was just talking about
you. Pep narked me out with her. I was saying, Roxanne, that I'm wondering how long it's going to take you to finally win Brian over to start streaming with you. Because that's one show I will be at every week, guaranteed.
Jimmy P's Aquarium says, I still have records, 8 tracks, reels, and cassettes. Oh, I remember the reels. My dad used to have the reels.
Reel to reel.
Oh, my gosh. But my dad's always been like super into sound systems. And currently he has Magna planar speakers.
Holly says, OMG, I needed to hear this beautiful laugh so much right now. I'm glad you're feeling better. Lady, I've missed you.
Aw, you got us spoiled. That's very, very, very sweet. Thank you.
Holly, you know how much love my wife and I have for you.
T-Bones just gave us a $5 super chat, and he's like, good job with the Shiba Inu.
Shiba Inu or a fox? It's up for debate.
I think it's a Shiba Inu.
Oh, Byron says, don't forget the 45s.
Are those the little?
Yeah, the little guys.
The little records.
They were the single song ones. That's where you put a song on.
Right, and I had a little teeny record player, and my mom and dad bought me a couple of 45s, and one was a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down.
All I can tell you about 45s, guys, if you didn't grow up in that era, okay? All right, you're a dude, you're trying to get your move on, right? You got to expedite that stuff before that song is over. Or right when you're starting to get her heated up, you know what I mean? Boom, the song's over. You got to go find a new song to throw on. So most of us cool dudes, we played the big one, so there was more than one song rolling, you know?
Alex, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, love you guys. So good to see you too. Looking fit as a frontosa. Hey, our frontosas are looking good. I got to tell you.
I can't wait. They're one of the things we plan. Roland Holtz, who is our vice president of Greater Portland, he says, hello, guys. Welcome, Roland. Good to see you, buddy. Anyway, if he decides he's not going to bring them up north because he's making a ginormous fish room, which I hope I'll be invited to shoot as it transformates into a fish room. But we'll talk about that at a later date. Anyway, if he doesn't want them for his new fish room, which he may very well want, if not, I'm going to put him as a centerpiece in the lower level.
Yeah.
In my what I call my studio. So I've got ideas, man. There's going to be some cool guys in there. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And above the cool kids, it's going to be the mud skippers in there with me too. So I'll be seeing their little beady eyes when I'm watching you guys on the stream. I'm bringing the best of the best people over to help me get it done. And then I'm bringing the IT techie tech people after that to get the studios, cameras and all that situated where it'll be a cool experience.
Chattanooga Ed, he says Kenny's closer to RIP than ripped now.
Oh, don't be a hater now, eh? Good Lord. Lisa NJ, welcome to the chat. Cover your ears. You wouldn't believe the blasphemy being spoken now.
Sorry.
Ed's been in a bad mood all day because somebody kept stealing his people 2 seconds before he drafted all day long.
Oh no, that's really rotten of all you guys. And he was the one putting on this whole show?
Hey man, there's no love or love. This is fantasy football.
How can you do that to my Ed?
It's fantasy football, okay? We're friends except for 2 hours or 6 hours on Sunday. And then we're friends after we turn the page and we're on the next team. Alex, hope all is well with you, buddy. We can't wait to see you here in a few weeks. Or, I guess it's 4 weeks. We're a month away from...
So Roland says you need to pick up the big one, Kenny.
My only fear with that, Roland, is that he is going to be too big for his tape mates.
No, he'll be fine.
So anyway, guys, we are so close to this now. I can't even stand it. We're down to the 30-day countdown. So I cannot wait.
Bates and genetics. People still watch that football stuff?
But I mean, you look at this lineup of speakers, and you look at all these fine sponsors, and all these here local fish breeders that are going to be at this event. I'm telling you, if you're not at this event and you're within 2 states to 3 states of us, you're missing out. That's all I'll say about that. But it's going to be the event of all events.
Super fun. So Jimmy P's Aquarium says, damn, Ed, I'm older than Kenny. What does that make me? Closer to RIP than ripped than Kenny?
You know what? I'm like, oh, yeah, that's my age. And then I'm a YouTube surfer, man. Like, if I get on a video, I'll, like, click through every video that it attaches itself to. And I get into all kinds of weird places. Anyway, it shows this one dude. The guy is 78 years old. He looks like Hulk Hogan, man. And he did like 200 pull-ups. And I'm like, okay, so what's my excuse, really? The dude's 78 years old. But is he really 78? It's the question of the day. Or is it some dude that's like 38 posing as 78 because he's not quite in shape as a 38-year-old, but as a 78-year-old, he knows we'd all be impressed.
So Alex says he's doing a special topic just for the event.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. It's going to be a weekend of weekends.
So, yeah, it's going to be fun, fun, fun.
And I did start bowling this week. So I went out last night, Monte Carlo, and I did come home with quite a bit of pocket full of one-time money that I gave to you.
See, he used to every weekend throw money at me. Literally just ones, fives, tens. Just throw a whole bunch of money.
I mean, it's raining, baby!
So last night he comes in, he throws all this money out at me, and I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, kind of like five, boom, 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 boom. Consider that down payment is what I said.
Yeah.
But anyway, I bowled just under 200 average, which I can handle after That's the first time I picked up a ball in like 2 years. So then we start our real league on Tuesday. So at least I know now I can. But it was ugly. The first 3 balls I threw, I fell down. It was pretty. It's like my body was all out of whack or something.
But then he got up this morning and goes, every muscle in my body hurts.
Yeah. I used things I forgot I had, man. Unfortunately, Holly, no, I don't think I'll be able to make the Dallas trip.
Oh, that's good. Alec Kumanoff says Zen Ginger has a great video about setting up her mud skipper, Indian mud skipper tank with fish from Jesse of HC Aqua. So yeah, those would have been Indian mud skippers.
Yeah, and I am probably going to have a second tank of mud skippers, and I will most likely get some of the smaller versions because the big ones crack me up, and I can imagine the smaller ones are just like going to be twice as cute. So Laura Sutton, thank you for the $4.99 super sticker.
And it's a pair saying, "How's it going?"
It's going.
It is. I'm here. I'm not coughing hysterically, so you can all understand me. That's good.
Science Galaquatic says, we need a driver at Freaky Fish Lady so we can chat it up. Chat. That would be a pretty cool car to be in. Science Gal and Holly, the Freaky Fish Lady. That will be a
gosh, that would be so much fun.
We got the pleasure of finally meeting Carrie at the ACA, and we had a blast with her.
Yeah.
Carrie is probably one of the funnest people you'll ever hang out with.
And so genuine and so nice and just real. So much fun. So Roland says, who the hell didn't like that top 100 countdown? Genius. Don't think I've ever had 100 species at one time. Yeah, that's true.
Roland, I had to pass on that 300. It was actually like maybe a 180, I'm guessing. And it was one of those weird 6-pane glass deals. I could just see knowing me having to carry it to where we had to go. It just was just for sure going to be a recipe for disaster. I could see it leaking all over down there.
Yeah.
I don't quite got enough for a bottom 100, Alex. I think we could do, what did we figure, Dave? We could do maybe a top 30.
I think we could do maybe 20 or 30 honorable mentions.
Yeah. But to be quite honest, the way my year is gone, guys, I'm done. Anything I featured in my top 10, we had the disaster after I lost P. I lost 2 of my cockatoo cats. I'm not sure what the culprit is in there, but they literally chewed their heads. So I grabbed.
Everyone can see the top 1 is okay.
Yeah. So anyway, like I said, I've had a rough go the last month or so with my fish room with these cichlids, and then I'm not sure if it's the cichlids or the buffalo heads that messed with those poor little cats, but they killed half of my little colony I had left, and I was not pleased. So anyway, I put them downstairs, and they're shaky at best. Like I said, they've got pretty good injuries. Oh, I hate it. Alex says he sadly will not be in Dallas. I've had to work too much lately and just back in bad shape for running around and flying for a night or so. Oof. Man, Alex, you better rest up, buddy, because I need you on your A game in a month. Quit going out collecting you. Ever since he has been hanging out with Lawrence Kent, he got that collecting bug. Alex is like a collector now. He loves to collect.
Yeah, Bates and Genetics says, I went to Springfield a couple of weeks ago for what I thought was a 300. Got there, and it was a 150. Was busted to crud. Ended up coming back barehanded. Oh.
Bates and the one thing I will say, she wanted to make sure before I did take the time. Unfortunately, I had already been to the bank, but she texted me. I was supposed to meet her at 3 o'clock today. She texted me at like 11:30 just to make sure this is what you thought it is. So she was cool enough to send me a pic before I left the house. And I said, that's not what I'm looking for.
So Alex says, I'll be at Portland if I'm paralyzed.
We'll pick you paralyzed or not, Alex.
We'll have a gurney waiting for you.
Yeah. You just tell me, I know a guy, maybe we'll just have to have you, helicopter to the roof of the...
Oh yeah, who do you know that does that?
I don't know, buddy, but I'm sure we'll have to...
I didn't think you knew anybody that did that.
Well, those guys over there, that just got handed all that arsenal over there, they figured out how to fly a helicopter in a day and a half. So if they can figure it out,
stop it.
I can figure it out.
Bunny Viper.
Alex would trust me. Hi, Alex.
Right.
I can see us. Hey, man, what's been going on?
Oh,
watch it.
I would not trust you with the helicopter if my life depended on it.
Alex, can you imagine us trying to do a 180 in a helicopter?
Do a loop-de-loop.
Alex would strap in all comfortable and stuff, put his headphone on, all of a sudden he's going to hear Top Gun starting to play. And I'm like, oh.
Bye, Fish Kid. He says he's off to go find some eels.
Have a good night there, Fish Kid. Buddy Viper says she's going to be somewhere. Ooh, Buddy Viper's going to Dallas, too. Look at all these cool people going to Dallas, Danny.
Yep. I'm going to the Redwood Forest.
Yep. The next episode of Danica Aquatics will not be in Dallas because of a temporary break to the Redwood Forest.
Yeah. So I won't be here next weekend, just so y'all know. I'll be in the Redwood Forest.
Oh, so you come back for one episode and gone again.
It's my vacation. Rockin' Fish says a helicopter would be the biggest incident ever.
I think we should have you climb to the top of one of those redwood trees just so you can find a signal for us to live stream with you next week.
Lisa NJ says, I'm going to work. LOL.
See you, Lisa. Be careful. Be safe.
Yes, please. And thank you, Freaky Fish Lady. I will. I always enjoy my trips to the Redwoods.
That's her zen.
Yep. And I get to spend time with my daughter.
And she's away from me.
Whatever. I would like
multi-tank addiction. I don't even have to look to see what that is. Thank you for the fertilizer on the stream, brother. Great to see you.
It's a poop poop. Oh, I owed people poop poops from last week, right?
Just do it for everybody because you're not going to remember who it was now.
I know I remember. Well, anyway. Poop poop, poop poop, poop poop, poop poop. That was for last week since I wasn't here to do it. Oh, yes, we always do, Alex. We go to Fern Canyon. Yep. 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 That is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place.
Even Kevin's going to Aquashella in Dallas. We're the only kids not going. We're like the kids that are in this, the lunchroom when all the other kids are eating the hot meals and they come out with those little ones and you have to sit there and eat like your peanut butter.
Don't make fun of those people because I was one of the people that had.
I was one of them too. That's what I'm saying.
I had the cool lunch box. Let me tell you.
Oh, Lisa says her son proposed to his girlfriend in the Redwood Forest.
It's a beautiful, beautiful place to go. Lady Diane, I finally made it. Hello, Danikin. Hello. How are you doing, Lady Diane?
Good to see you, Lady Diane. Chris says, I'll be going to Dallas as well. Been looking forward to it for months.
So RB says, Ken, I'm not going. Danny, Redwood vlogs, some cool nature videos. Oh, yes, we could do that.
Well, with Scary Guy, she's also taking my truck. So I'm sure every year she goes down there, the first 30 minutes she's home, I'm unloading all the wood and shit she finds.
So you can make a bet that I will be stopping in Crescent City for driftwood.
What's going on, Mr. Mackey? And I wanted to say thank you anyway. Ryan was another person that was willing to help Danny and I to get this 300 project done that we were going to get. So I had both of the Ryan's Mackey and Ryan Brown, and then John, my friend John, and a couple other people, and my son were all going to help. But luckily I spared their backs and mine because we figured out it wasn't going to work.
Atkins Nature Aquarium. So yes, I need some wood.
No, Lisa, we don't have the van anymore. We sold that. She'll take my big red pickup. And she's so funny. I got this incredible deal lined up on a F-150 Raptor. And she's like, well, it has a short bed. I said, you still got my big truck you don't need a long bed because you got my truck if you need it.
So what he really wants is he wants the Raptor, and he wants me to take over his truck. Let's just get the real deal out there.
Oh, I think after you drive the Raptor, I'll be having to get a shoehorn to get you out of it.
Muppet 929, hello. Danny, get tons of free beach rocks too. I heard.
Oh yeah, right.
On stone for hardscapes.
Yeah, rub it in, Alex. Yeah, we're hurting for stone. That's right around here.
It is true though that I go down to a certain beach down there and I collect black rocks with white agate running through them. I collect a ton of those every time I go.
We love it, but that truck has done a lot of vacations miles already. Just my trip last year was like 9,700. Danny's taken, I think, is it 3 or 4 trips in this now?
Well,
this tells you how much I love my wife. I mean, the truck wasn't even a month old, and I handed her it and said, all right, have fun. She headed to the Redwood.
And I even vacuumed it out for him when I brought it back that time.
Oh, Ian says, Kenny with the Raptor truck with his lead foot sounds like he's going to have a lot of fun in that truck. Well, right. Ian, I actually got to watch myself in that because I'm safe usually when I'm in my marine plated up, disabled veteran plate. Nobody messes with me to the most part, unless it's one of those photo radars. Those guys don't care. They get you anyway. But this won't have those plates. This will just have normal plates.
Yeah, Chattanooga's Ed says, I even sat in that truck.
Ryan Mackey, I have strongly been considering the Lightning. I'm going to wait a year or two more to see if they can get that range up around 500 per charge. I'm sold. But 350-ish to maybe, and it takes a little bit. There isn't instant charge technology yet. I mean, there's some companies out there. I think the fastest they can recharge is like 3.5 hours. So if you're doing a leg across the country, you don't want to be stopping every 350 miles, having to wait 3.5 hours to go another 100. I mean, it wouldn't have worked on my trip. I mean, I had to get across in a hurry. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for that limitation, I promise you, I'm all over that Lightning. Diego with multiple aquariums. How are you, sir? Good to see you.
But for around here, just traveling back and forth to work and stuff, it'd work out great.
Yeah, it would be great for that. Danny Wesheave, welcome to the chat. Now, I might even still consider it because Danny works for Intel, which they're very green. They got chargers all over her campus. And if I had to drive it, I'm at the Ford dealer where we have hookups there too. So, and then we could put the generic one in at night to just give it a slow charge, trickle charge. It's just like a cell phone, man.
Natural Aquarium says those that haven't watched Danny Weshy's new music video Algae should go check it out after the stream. I'm gonna have to go check it out. I can't wait to see this.
It's based off the song Walk.
Okay. I can't wait to go see it. I still listen to his other one all the time. And you know what video I had to go watch a couple more times this week was Q Aquatic, Susie Q, getting stuck in that chicken coop again.
Oh, yeah.
I have to go watch that like every so often because it's just so doggone funny.
Yeah, if you guys...
I could totally see myself doing this. She built herself inside her chicken coop and couldn't get out.
That was the funniest video all last year, probably in quite a few years. I laughed and laughed. The first time Danny and I watched it, I think we rewound and watched it like 10 times in a row and laughed hysterically every time. So if you haven't seen it, I can't remember. What is it tagged as? But you go to Q Aquatics.
And then I write chicken coop. And then there it is.
Yeah, there you go. Q Aquatics chicken coop. Hilarious.
My favorite is her ending line. I need some neighbor help.
Yeah, neighbor help. I need neighbor help.
I need neighbor help. Oh, so funny.
You're right in that. As a daily driver, Ryan, back and forth to work, yes, it would work for Danny and I. But the point in buying a new rig is we run and drive it across the country, and that's the part that limits us. Because we both like to hop in stuff and drive for miles. We dig it. Furloughs Aquatics, welcome to the chat.
Ken, we have 8 minutes left.
How is that even possible? Oh, he found the link. Ryan posted a link. Awesome.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, you guys, that is the funniest video. Seriously.
It had me in stitches.
If I hadn't already been in love with Susie Q, that video would have made me fall in love with her. Point blank. She was just great. It's so funny. Mike's Aquatics like, Eric! And then Furloughs Aquatics says, Mike! Oh, too funny. No, this was super, super good. Liquid Zoo, coop. Yes. Super funny.
Well, let me take the time before we end to shout out our great members. So let me shout you out. That'd be Mr. S, Scott's Aquatics, Maine's Tails, Furs and Fins, Miss Jess, who, by the way, does the morning show Monday through Friday. I believe she starts at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. Rick Silva, how are you, sir? Fates and Genetics, Degenerate Fish Keeper, Atkins Nature Aquariums, Mark's Freaky Fish Lady, Miss Howley, Pock Aquatics, Chalupa No Tomatoes, and it just blew me out. Foxy's Fishes, Eric Wyrock, King and Queen Cichlids. And of course, I told you all tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, high noon Eastern, will be the premiere of episode 5, The Fish Heads, with myself and King and Queen Cichlids. It's going to be awesome. Chattanooga Ed's in the house. And one of my 5 members. Stephanie Dominguez, Carrie Habercorn, my good friend Redfish Bluefish, who will be speaking for Fishtoberfest. Yeah. Be sure to check him out at redfishbluefish.shop. He's got amazing deals on fish. He's always got hard to find stuff, so check him out. T's Fish Tanks, J. Olivers and Guppies, and Aquatics Half's More, Fish Room Fever, Rocco's Fish Room, Carol Cox, Xanadu, Texas Fish Room, The Chubby Guppy, Patty's Petite Tanks, Kevin's Canines and Aquatics, who will be on later this evening. I believe he goes at 8 p.m. Pacific, or I guess it would be 8:30 Pacific. But either way, Kevin's on later this evening. Mike's Aquatics and Things, Mr. Roland Holtz, my girl Lonnie Parrish, Fantastic Freaks, T-Bones Fishies, Furloughs Aquatics, I Hate Stupid People, Tank Tribe, Miss Steph, Al White Sox, I almost said White Sox, Red Sox, Lisa and Jay, and my good friend Peplin Creek Aquatics. Thank you all for your memberships. We greatly appreciate you.
And hello to Dolbeck Aqua Designs.
What's going on, Dolbeck?
And Rob93.
What up, Rob? Welcome to the chat, buddy. J-Rock, welcome.
He says, been lurking.
Been lurking. Y'all be sure to check out old Rob, too. He has an awesome stream on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. You never know what you're going to get out of the hot seat.
This is true. Lady Diane says, it was nice to see you guys. Thanks for the stream. Sundays are tough. They are, because usually I have to go back to work on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, tonight, guys, it's a party. Nobody should have to work tomorrow. I'm a car guy, and I'm off tomorrow, so I imagine almost everybody's off tomorrow.
Which is shocking. That's, like, really unusual.
First time ever. I've never been off on Labor Day. Except for last year when I was unemployed.
Thank you, Rob. It's good to be back.
She's only here 1 week, Rob. Then she blasts out again.
I gotta take my vacation.
God, I can't believe how fast the stream went again tonight. Man.
I know. Danny Weshy says that luckily I'm off tomorrow. The store is open, though.
Party!
So what I want to know, Danny, is did you catch the ferret?
Ferrets.
Ferrets.
Ferrets. I think he said there was 4 of them total that got out.
T-Bones Fishy says, and Kenny was worried he get no members to his streams. Lisa and Jay says, I'm working, making that holiday bling.
Bling, bling, baby. Spin those 45s and party.
Well, I'm jealous, Lady Diane. She says, I'm off every day.
Danny and I are about 10 years? 15 tops?
I think I'm 14.
So, there's probably a good chance that one or the other will still be around to be retired doing these streams for you. If it's Danny and Aquatics will thrive. If it's Kenny E, probably not so much, but that's just my opinion.
So MC Aquatics says, my humpback limia are be here Tuesday.
Yeah, we've got those. Love those fish. They're awesome.
Yeah. Got a lot of them.
Yeah, Danny and I will have some of those at Fishtoberfest for sure. We will have those. We are going to have, for sure, Turkana jewels, a bunch of different guppies, 3 or 4 different lines of shrimp. It's going to be, we've been needing a make tank space because we are downsizing all the 10s and 20s and exchanging them for 75s. Her shrimps will still keep in 30s, though. We think 30s plenty enough for them. Plus, we don't want to be yarding shrimp out of a 75-gallon. So
Lady Diane says, I'm old. Eek. And I'm like, never. You're only as old as you feel. The nice thing about this camera and stuff, I don't know why, but it makes my hair brown. But in real life, my hair is very gray. I don't know why it looks so brown on the video.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Dave. It's going to be an amazing. You guys will enjoy it. I had so much fun this time.
Yep.
Scott and I had a blast with it. It was awesome.
Well, thank you all so much for coming. We appreciate you having been here.
I guess that's Danny's way of saying, as always, love your fish. But before we go, thank each and every one of my moderators, all the replay crew and lurkers. And thanks to all my great members and all the people that super chatted us tonight. We greatly appreciate you. Speaking of which, T-Bone comes in. Vikings all the way this year because I don't know any other team except the 49ers. All right, I'll take it.
But I don't know who they are.
This is for you, T-Bone. That was pathetic. Still don't got my lung power back. Darn disease. Thank you so much, T-Bone. Everybody have a great night. As always, love your fish. This is going to be Kenny E. and the lovely Danny E. signing off. I will see you next week, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Y'all have a great night. Much love.
Thank you.